today is Friday, but when you'll be seeing this is Sunday, which means it's October 1st, which means it's Crocktober. Now, like I said in yesterday's video, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all this, but I'm going to try to do it the whole month. Something in the crock pot. It's not always going to be a full meal. It'll sometimes be something else. And so I've already started cooking. I've got me some ground beef brownie, but I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to talk to you about what else I've done today so far. So it is Friday, and Friday is fill all the things and wash sheets and towels and whatever other clothes that are dirty. So I've already washed the dirty clothes that we had. I washed all of our towels and washcloths and all that stuff. And I've washed mine and Jeff's sheets, and everything is dry, but the only thing that has actually been put away is our sheets because I made our bed. I will be washing Noah's sheets in a little while, but I wanted to go ahead and film this so that this thing over here, because the washer's in my kitchen, so it's not super loud while I'm recording this meal. So, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this, what I'm doing. I'm cooking slow cooker creamy tortellini soup. Okay, I got the recipe from, who are you? From Karina is her name. Which website did I get it from? I don't remember, but I do have it saved, and it'll be easy for me to look up. So anyway, this is supposed to take 4 hours and 15 minutes of cook time. No, the total time. 15 minutes of prep, 4 hours of cooking, unless you cook it on low. If you cook it on low, it's 7 hours and 15 minutes. Now, it may take more than 15 minutes for me to prep this because I'm talking to you guys, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what's supposed to be in it, and some substitutions you can make that is on this recipe, and I will have it linked down below. So you need a pound of ground Italian sausage, or you could use ground chicken, turkey, or beef. We're using ground beef because, or ground chuck, because we didn't have any Italian sausage and we didn't buy any. And I don't really love Italian sausage anyway, so we're using the ground beef. And, or you could use some other sausage. So Donna, I know you cannot have pork, so you could use like a turkey sausage, chicken sausage, or a beef sausage, because I know you cannot have pork. So anyway, you need that, 1 onion chopped, 2 carrots chopped, 2 stalks of celery chopped, 4 cloves of garlic minced, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of beef bouillon powder. Yeah, I've got some of that. Or you could use chicken if you need it. If you don't have the other, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 4 cups of beef broth, or you could use chicken or vegetable broth. 1/4 cup of cornstarch mixed with 1/4 cup of water. 36 ounces of evaporated milk, or half and half. Now here's the situation. I don't have either. So I'm going to use regular milk and hope it works. Let's just hope it works. Because I forgot to get it. Well, I used the rest of my half and half. Wait a minute. I have some heavy whipping cream and I have milk. I can make half and half. Never mind, I didn't say that. I have half and half. But I used the rest of my half and half to make me some creamer for my coffee. That's what it's for. Anyway, 12 ounces, a 12-ounce packet of 3 cheese tortellini. This says I use dried, not fresh. Choose any flavor you like. Well, I have frozen already in the freezer. That's why we even chose this, because I have it in there. We've never had this meal either. I need to tell y'all that. 5 cups of fresh baby spinach. I don't have any of that, but I've got some frozen, and I'm going to use that. And 1 cup of milk, like regular milk. So, I'm going to finish browning this up, the ground beef. I'm going to cut up all my vegetables, and then I'll come back and show y'all how I'm going to put it into my crock pot. It's actually a Hamilton Beach. My slow cooker. It's a slow cooker recipe. Anyway, I'll be back as soon as I get all this ready to go. Okay, so I've got everything cut up. I've got my ground beef in there, and I did discover that the time on this is not exactly right, but that's all right. We're gonna just go on through and do the things, because the reason why it's not right is because there's 4 hours you cook it, this part, and then you cook it for another 45 minutes, and then another 5 to 10 minutes, so it's closer to 5 hours or so. Anyway, this is beef bouillon. It calls for 1 teaspoon, plus the other things I put in here that you'll see, the beef broth, which I made with beef bouillon. Half a teaspoon of salt, which I'm kind of afraid to put in there because, you know what, I'm going to put a little bit less than half because there's so much salt in the bouillon. I just don't want to over salt it. Y'all know me and salt, I don't like a lot of it. Alright, the Italian seasoning, you need a tablespoon of this. So, actually I was supposed to put 2 teaspoons of bouillon. So, let's do this. 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. And I'm not going to dirty up another dish. If you know those little things, you don't have to dirty as many dishes. There's your trick for the day. Also, I don't know if I told y'all, I already went to therapy today too. That's the other bouillon I was supposed to put, but I didn't. I'm taking another shortcut other than the using only 1 spoon. I have here the celery that I had frozen. It does look wilty because it's thawing out, but that's okay. I went ahead and cut it up. And this is some onion that's frozen. It's not chopped as much as it needs to be, I'm sure, but that's all right. It'll be fine. And that's not quite enough to be a large onion, so I'm taking some from last night's supper and doing that too. Because why not? Don't waste it. Alright, here's the carrots. Now these are fresh. These are not frozen, but I do have some frozen ones. But I didn't think that they would be very easy to cut up in the frozen state. Alright, and then the garlic. This is the garlic press that Val gave me. She sent it to me, and I have not used my other one since. Not for garlic anyway. I don't remember if I've used it for anything. You can use it for other things though. This thing is awesome. Get all that in there. Garlic just smells so good whenever it's fresh. I mean, yeah, garlic powder and all that stuff is good. I like the way it smells, but fresh garlic is just better. Don't know why. If y'all know why, you tell me. Maybe because the way everything is better if it's fresh. Alright, get all of that goodie out of there. And you can, she told me you can do this with the paper skin stuff on it. But I don't ever do that because I'm always afraid there'll be a bad spot. Okay, and the last thing that you add right now is the bouillon. Not the bouillon, well it is bouillon, but the beef broth. I don't have any, so I make it with the bouillon. It works just fine. Alright, so let me make sure I have everything in here before I go any further. So I've got my meat, the onion, carrot, celery, garlic, Italian seasoning, the beef bouillon powder, the salt, and the broth. And now I cover this up and I cook it on high for 4 hours, and I will bring y'all back whenever it's time to do the next step. But right now it's time to just cook this part. It already smells good just because it does, because it's already good. Alright, I'm gonna cover it up and I'll be back in 4 hours to show y'all what to do next. Okay guys, it has not been the 4 hours, but I just have to warn you right now, it's been about 2 hours. This smells so good that you already just want to eat what's in there right now, even though it's not even finished. But it smells really good. But I don't know if I told y'all it was Fill All the Things Day, because right now I have lost my mind. I really today cannot think of anything. Like, even today in therapy, I think I told y'all I went to therapy. Even today in therapy, I kept forgetting. Like, there's some exercises you have to count the amount that you do, the reps you do. There's other exercises that they time you. I forgot to count on one of them. And I was supposed to do like 20. I did like 40. It was crazy. It was fine. It was one of the exercises that actually I think helps a lot. So maybe that's why I did it. Not on purpose, but that's why I did it. But since I am waiting on this, I'm going to go ahead and fill up things. I've got to do my coffee pods and my vitamins. But I'm not going to like show y'all, because I've shown y'all that quite a bit lately. Otherwise, I don't think we have to refill anything. All the seasonings are good. And maybe the dish soap, but that's not a big deal. And then maybe the toilet paper, which Jeff can do. But I just really wanted to come over here and tell y'all that this stuff smells delicious. I mean, it's probably the Italian seasoning, but it's just like, hold on, let me get this camera turned down here to show y'all. I'm wondering, I mean, I've wondered quite a while if my crock pot cooks faster than others. But I'm wondering if this stuff's done. Because I think you're supposed to just cook till the carrots are tender. But look at that. It smells so good. And it looks so good. I mean, I know it's just part of it, but it smells delicious. Let's see if a carrot, which I did cut the carrots kind of small. That carrot's done. Let me read the instructions again. Ooh, I hate that noise. Don't make that noise. Oh, it also says to skim the fat, if there's any on here. Well, I used a ground chuck, so there wasn't much fat anyway, and all the fat I left in the pan whenever I scooped it into here. So there's no fat in here, but it does say after 4 hours you skim the fat and throw it away. But I'm not going to have to do that. So let's see what it says. It says cover and cook for 4 hours on high or 7 hours on low. But it doesn't say how this is supposed to be. But I mean, the ground beef was already done. The carrots were the only thing that would take the longest. So I'm wondering if it's actually ready to go ahead for the next step. I'll wait till Jeff gets home. He'll be home in about 10 minutes maybe, and see what he wants me to do, because I could wait a little while, because it's going to be like 45 minutes plus another 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll wait till he gets home and ask him what he wants me to do, because that's got like another 2 hours, and I don't think it needs it. It smells delicious though. So if your crock pot or your slow cooker, whatever you want to call it, if it cooks super fast, it may not take as long. But this one has cooked fast ever since we got it. We've had it forever though, for like, ever since the Hamilton Beach came out with a stay and go one. I got it because I thought it was awesome, and I didn't have a crock pot or slow cooker or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I'm just running my mouth now. I just want to show y'all that because it smells so good. I wish I could smell it. It just smells delicious. But I'll be back. Okay, so it's been 4 hours, and the washing machine's going. Jeff and Noah are cleaning the air conditioner because it was still leaking. But I've got to get this going the rest of the way. So this is what it looks like so far, and I don't see any reason to, there's no grease on top is what I'm saying. So now I'm going to add 36 ounces of the milk, either evaporated milk or half and half. That's what it says. Get all that in there. And I made my own half and half. with heavy cream and milk. Alright. And then this is 1/4 cup of cornstarch and 1/4 cup of water. So a cornstarch slurry, which it seems like an excessive amount of cornstarch, but I mean, it doesn't have a flavor, but it seems like it's going to be super thick, so we'll see. We'll stir that in. And now I'm going to put in 12 ounces of the 3 cheese tortellini is what it says. I have this, it's got ricotta, mozzarella, and romano. This is 36 ounces, so I'm just going to put in a third of this bag, as roughly a third of it. I think about maybe that much would be about right. I'm gonna stick this back in the freezer in a minute, but I'm gonna stir this up, and then it says to let this cook for 45 minutes or until the soup has thickened and the tortellini is soft and cooked through. So I'm going to let this do this part, and then I'll come back and show you the very last thing you're supposed to do to it. It smells good still. So I'll be back in 45 minutes, but it won't be that long for you. Okay, so now I'm going to be putting in the spinach. I did have Jeff to test this, and I think because they were frozen, it did take a little bit longer for these to cook, about another 15 minutes or so. But that's just because the frozen pasta made everything cold, or colder, not cold. But Jeff did have the opportunity to taste it whenever he did, and he said it was good. So anyway, I'm going to put the spinach in. And I've already had my shower, so y'all may not see me the rest of the day, because I wanted to go ahead and shower because I was hurting. Where am I going to sit this? I don't want to sit it on the counter because I don't want it to get the stuff on the counter. I should have opened this before I got started. I'm using frozen spinach too, so that's going to make things colder. You're supposed to use fresh spinach, but I'm just not doing that. So I'm just going to put this frozen spinach in there and stir it up. I don't want that. That does not look appetizing. Had some little brown bits in it. Alright, I'm just going to put this in. It says 5 cups of fresh, but we're just going to pretend like this is 5 cups of fresh, and we're going to let it be. Because I didn't have fresh, I already had frozen, and it works just fine, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll taste it just as good. But now, you're supposed to let it cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. I'm probably going to let it do 15 since this was frozen and cold, you know. But this is the way it looks so far. And I will come back whenever we sit down to eat, and somebody will do a taste test, either me or Jeff, probably Jeff. And it has thickened up some. So, and also at this point, you're supposed to add, no, not at this point, but whenever this is done, in 15 minutes, or 5 to 10 minutes, if you're using fresh. Let me just read it. It says, add the spinach, pressing the leaves down completely submerged in the liquid. Cover again for 5 to 10 minutes until the leaves have wilted. That's not exactly what it says, close enough. Then you pour in 1/3 cup increments as needed of the milk to reach the thickness, desired thickness and consistency. This person said she needed 1 cup. Taste test to season. with extra salt only if needed, and pepper to suit your taste, because we have not put any pepper in here. But as liquidy as this is, I don't know if I'm going to put the other cup of milk, but we'll see whenever this gets done. So I'll be back. Alright, so here's the soup, and I did not add any more milk to it because I think it's you know, it's the right consistency. I don't think it needs anything, because you only have to add it if you need it, if you think it needs it. But it did say whenever you're reheating it, you may have to add water. So there's that. But like I said, I'll leave the recipe in the description. And then I did the garlic bread. That's the kind that I make ahead of time and freeze. And and I just put Parmesan cheese on it. So Jeff's gonna taste it in a few minutes, and I gotta just set up the camera. Okay, so he's gonna taste it, and then afterwards I'll let you know what Noah and I think. But he's gonna be the taste tester at first. Don't get me as much as you got y'all. Oh my goodness, son. That's a ton. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry, I'm not even filming good. It's pretty good. What you think? Like, have you ever tasted anything like it before?
I've never tasted anything good before.
No, oh my goodness. Anything that tastes like this soup.
Yeah, all right.
Anything good before? No, because I didn't cook any ever before. It's pretty good. Okay. There's no cheese in it. There's like oh yeah, that's right, in the noodles. Yeah. But there's no cheese otherwise. What you think, Noah?
Spinach.
Spinach? Okay. Alright, well, I'll be back to let y'all know what we think. Okay, so we're done eating. Noah is doing the dishes, and Jeff's fixing him a work bowl, or about to fix him a work bowl. They each had 2 servings, or 2 helpings, whatever, and everybody liked it. So this will be definitely something we do again. So the first Croctober meal was a success. Let's just hope all the rest of them are too. But we all liked it. It was really, really good. But we did not add the other milk. I didn't do that. I don't know why I'm saying we. Nobody else did anything. Except Jeff was the taste tester. But I didn't add anything else. I didn't add the other milk. But you can. And it does say that if it gets too thick with leftovers, if you have leftovers, which we do, you can add a little bit of milk. But I think I did add a little bit too much milk, maybe a quarter of a cup more than what it called for whenever I first put them. I know, he's sitting here shaking his head, no I didn't, but you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying when I put the milk in it, I think I put more than what I was supposed to do. My hair's gone wild. I'm not saying it was too much. I'm just saying I put more, I think, in the beginning. But I don't know if it's got something to do with your elevation or anything whenever things like thicken up. I know bread has something to do with that, but anyway, I don't know. The air conditioner's back in and cleaned up. Jeff and Noah took it out and cleaned it. And the last load of clothes is being washed right now. We all got our showers and we threw those in there with some of Noah's stuff. And I think that's it. That's it for today. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget, the recipe will be down below. And if you like cheesy pasta with bunches of vegetables, you'll probably like this. We did use the ground chuck instead of the sausage, but if you like Italian sausage, or, you know, there's lots of options it has in it. We also did not add anything, except Jeff did try it with pepper with his second helping. And what did you think about it with pepper?
You too.
He said it was good with pepper, but y'all know he loves pepper. But we didn't add any seasoning other than what you saw until he added a little bit of pepper to his. But if you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Share with a friend if you'd like to. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.